All right, let's dive into one of the oldest, biggest rivalries in the programming world, Java versus C Sharp. Seriously, it's a classic showdown. And if you're a developer, you're going to run into this question at some point. So today, we're going to break it all down.
So, you're starting out, or maybe you're looking to learn something new, and boom, you hit this crossroads Java or C Sharp. Yeah, it feels like a huge decision, right? Which one is going to be better for your career or for that cool project you want to build?
And hey, you're definitely not the first person to ask this. This has been a fundamental choice for developers for, decades. And there's a good reason for it. These two languages basically run the modern world. You've got these huge invisible banking systems chugging along on Java, and on the flip side, you've got some of the biggest video games on the planet built with C Sharp.
All right, the great debate, a classic rivalry in code. To really get this, you got to know the two main characters here. In one corner, you've got Java, the OG, the time-tested veteran. And in the other corner, C Sharp, the powerful, more modern challenger from Microsoft. So let's kick things off with how they got started.
So, back in 95, Java just explodes onto the scene with this incredible promise: write once, run anywhere. A total game changer. Then, in 2002, C Sharp shows up. But for a long time, everybody kind of wrote it off as the Windows-only language. But then, fast forward to 2016, and Microsoft completely flips the script. They release .NET Core, and suddenly, C Sharp can run pretty much anywhere. So yeah, the gap has definitely closed, but their origin stories, they still really shape what these languages are today.
Okay, next up, how it feels to code. And this is about way more than just syntax. Because, if you just glance at them, Java and C Sharp look almost like twins. They've got the same curly braces, the same semicolons, but actually writing in them, oh, that is a totally different experience. It all comes down to the philosophy behind the language.
And this is where you really start to see the personalities come out. Java is all about being simple and predictable. It makes you spell everything out, be super explicit. And that sounds like a pain, but it adds this great layer of safety. C Sharp, though, it feels way more modern. It's packed with what we call syntactic sugar, these awesome little shortcuts that let you write code that's way cleaner and just more expressive.
And that really nails the appeal of Java. When you're the kind of developer who loves clean, strict rules, Java just feels safe. There aren't a lot of surprises, no weird magic happening under the hood that you don't understand. And if you're building, say, a massive banking system, well, predictability is king. That feeling of safety is absolutely everything. But then you hop over to C Sharp, and you use a feature like link or async await, and you just have this moment where you think, wow, this would have been an absolute mess to write in Java. You realize that something that might have taken, 10 clunky lines of code can be done in one single, beautiful, readable line in C Sharp. And that feeling of modern power is what gets so many developers hooked. All right, tools of the trade, let's explore the ecosystems. Because let's be real, a language isn't just about the syntax, right? It's about the entire universe built around it. All the frameworks, the libraries, the tools you're going to use day in and day out. So let's see what each one brings to the party.
Okay, Java's ecosystem, it's an absolute beast. It was practically forged in the fires of big enterprise. You've got giants like the Spring Framework and Hibernate that are the literal backbone for huge systems in banking, insurance, you name it. And the best part? It's been around for so long that the community is just massive. If you run into a problem, I can almost guarantee someone somewhere has already solved it. The answer is just a quick search away.
Now, C Sharp's ecosystem, it's exactly what you'd expect from Microsoft. It's polished, it's professional, and everything is so tightly integrated. Visual Studio is, a lot of people would say it's the best IDE on the planet. And when it comes to game development, C Sharp just dominates, all thanks to the Unity engine. Oh, and to top it all off, Microsoft's official documentation and tutorials are just fantastic.
Okay, next up, let's find their natural habitats. We've talked about how they feel to code with and the tools you get, but where are you actually going to see these languages being used out in the real world? Because trust me, each one has its own turf where it absolutely dominates.
And this table really lays it out. Look at enterprise systems. Java is just dominant. You walk into a major bank and their critical systems are almost certainly running on Java. Now flip over to game development. It's not even a contest. C Sharp with Unity is the undisputed champion. Building software for Windows? Again, C Sharp, hands down. It gets interesting with web apps, though.
That's a real battleground where both are super strong. All right, let's bring it all home. We've talked history, philosophy, tools, and where the jobs are. So now it's time to answer the big question. Which one is for you? Let's break it down into a quick decision guide. Okay, so here's the deal. It really just comes down to what you want to do. If your goal is to work on those huge, bulletproof enterprise systems or get into Android development, then yeah, choose Java. That's your path. But if you're dreaming of building the next big indie game with Unity or creating really slick, modern web apps with amazing tools, then C# is probably calling your name. But listen, here's the most important part. You literally can't go wrong here. The core ideas are so similar that once you get good at one, learning the other is way easier than you think. The skills totally transfer. So, you see, maybe the real question isn't which one is better. The real question is, which one do you want to learn first? Because once you master one, a whole new world of possibilities just opens up in the other. So instead of stressing about the choice, just ask yourself, what will you build first? And then, what will you build next?